VLOOKUP function. Before moving to the VLOOKUP function, we should just explain the basic terminology of absolute reference and relative reference. Absolute reference is defined with a $sign, and when we assign a cell to the absolute one, it becomes sticked and does not move anywhere. But keep in mind that there is also mixed reference. Let's just type in something here, 2, 3, 4, and here 5, and here we will type just 6. We want to find the absolute, what's the relative and absolute reference here. If we just sum these numbers here or multiply them, 2 multiplied by 6, and close the bracket, it will print out 12. If we drag it down, you could see that it prints out 0 because by default Excel uses relative references. It means that cell references are automatically changed in the copied formula. But how to make this cell reference don't change when we copy them? We should just put a $sign here in front of the row. What's the row here? This one, T, is the column, and 16 or 18 is the row number. We have this T18 multiplied by H16, and we don't want this cell to be moved. In that case, we should just put the $sign in front of the row to avoid it going down. In order to avoid it going down, if we just drag it down, you could see it just does not move and works for all these cells. But if we want just to drag it here, let's say we want to drag it like right, or if we just drag it right, you could see here it prints out 0. Why? Because you could see that it moves right, and we haven't defined, or we haven't put the $sign here, and it just multiplies 5 to 0. It moves here. In order to prevent this, we also should have to write $sign in front of the H2 in order to make it stick to this cell. If we just drag it right here, you could see it has multiplied 5 to 6. It works for all cells here. Basically, when you are mixed with these ones, just put this $sign in front of all numbers and letters in order to make it absolute reference. Okay, let's just move to the VLOOKUP function. How does VLOOKUP works? First, just check it and put in equal sign here and type in VLOOKUP. After that, we should do what? We should just type in lookup value. What do you want to look? Let's explain you that we have the data here and here. Usually when you have a large data, you just are separating them based on values. For example, names, descriptions are fitted in one, and transactions and quantity in other. Then you just make relations with primary and foreign key or ID, and just make relations to them, and with the help of relations you just extract this data from the given table. In that case, VLOOKUP is also useful when you want to extract the data which is correspond to this row here. It uses the same ID and it equals to this one. This row is equals to this one. It relates to this one. Let's see how does it work. We want to extract the name of this department or the Steve Richard, the name of Steve Richard based on the ID. But we know that we can't do it in this table. We will have to extract it from another table, but based on this ID. How should we do this? we should just type in VLOOKUP function, open the bracket. First, what lookup value we want to extract? This one, based on ID. What is the table array do you want to extract? From which table do you want to extract? From this table. We just give a range here. Column index number. This one is the index number. First, second, third. We want the second number from here. We just type in second. And range lookup. This is the approximate match and this is the exact match. In that case, we just need the exact match. Close the bracket, type in enter, and you can see that it has printed pen. Pen is just basically corresponds to this row, although it is just stayed in other table. Okay, HLOOKUP is also works the same, but it just works for horizontal data. Let's see, we have the same data here and we want to extract the certain part or the certain ID from that data. We should just copy it here. Let's just delete all these numbers here. And we want to extract this name, like this one. We just copy them and make them transposed. If we just paste them special and transpose them, you can see we transpose this one, and also we will transpose this one. Copy, paste special from here. We will transpose this one, and from here you will just put the functions as in the VLOOKUP functions. Equals HLOOKUP, lookup. First, we just want to assign the lookup value. What do we want to extract? First one was based on ID. Second one, from where do you want to extract this table? Then you want to, here you want to specify the row index number. Which row do you want to extract from? For that we have a pencil here, name row number. This one is also will be 2, and false is just being written as it is before. You can see the result is the same. What about lower function? Lower and upper function, let's hide it. Those are the pretty easy ones. You can just lower it. These functions, you can see it just make this string to the lowercase. Upper works the vice versa. You can just uppercase it. If error is also very useful to know. If you have a data here, for example, you want this, you have an error, for example, here. Let's see, this one, if we just divide this one to this one, it should give me an error. No, if we divide this one to 6, it should give me an error. And if we have this kind of error and we want to avoid it to be printed out, we should use this function like IFERROR. How should we use it? First, we will give the IFERROR here, function name, error. Then we would just type in or click on this cell on the value. If it contains the error, we should just give the value of error here. What should be printed out instead of error? Like this one, error. Close the bracket and error. It just prints the error instead of this one. It also used combined with other functions. You could just use the sum function inside of this error, and for those cells it will work perfectly fine. Okay, and multiple if function. How does it work? Multiple if condition, you could just add lots of conditions inside of one. How does if function works? You could just print out, you could just use if conditions inside of another if conditions here. Let's print it like this one cell condition. If this one is equal or greater than 10, it should be, or less than 10, it should be small. Let's give another condition. If inside of that condition, if open the bracket, we type in second conditions, this one greater than 10, it should be large. We close the bracket. You could just continue to do it as many as you like. You could just continue to do it as much as you like. You could see all these cells prints large. You could see if we change this condition to 1 or 5, it just prints or the second condition or the first condition small one, because it's not greater than 10. That's why it prints this condition for this cell. Day, month, year conditions, day, month, year functions are also very useful to know. We will type in day. If we have a date here, we will just type in date. We will extract day from that. This one is the day here. Months also works the same. Months here. Type in date. We will extract the months, or year here. We will type in year. Also very useful to know. It just extracts the year from the given cell. If we want to trim the cell, you could see that we have lots of space here and here, and if we want to trim them, we could just use the trim function here. Trim. We will just select the cell, close the bracket, and type enter, and click enter. You could see all spaces have gone. That's it for now. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video we will do the practical quiz test here, which is given in the interview questions. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.